an officer in a joint. Yo! It's your main man, Big Ivan. Welcome to the Small Business Innovation Podcast. I'm here with my man,
Steven Johnson, the one they call. Y'all already know.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So am I, man. So am I.
We got two superheroes in the building.
Yes, indeed.
They back again.
Couldn't wait to have y'all back. Thank you for coming, in case I forget to say it later.
Yeah, because I'm one, they've been here before. They're coming to the barbecue. We enjoy their conversation, but most of all, we enjoy what they're doing in the community.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Hands down, one of the best credit unions on the planet, Delaware Federal Credit Union. We got Laura Wisler in the building, and we got them man. I got Wisler. We got Laura Wisler in the building. Who you got?
And we have the legend, because I feel like this is a competition between you and I. The one, the only, Mr. John Chartrand, ladies and gentlemen.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
All
If
right.
I knew we was going to do that, I would have brought him a championship belt that he could have.
I left mine in the car.
Wait, what was the move, Whistler? What did he say? The people's elbow?
People's elbow.
People's elbow. Yeah.
All right, so today's conversation, first of all, we want to thank our sponsors, the Delaware Small Business Chamber, my man Bob over at the Chamber. If you need a tribe, make sure you get in contact with them. They will be your tribe, and they will give you a discount for signing up and becoming a member. You do not want to miss that. The Delaware Small Business Chamber doing excellent things from Claymont to Rehoboth. Be sure to be a part of greatness. What you got?
I don't have anybody. Let's go ahead and get to it.
All right, let's get to it. Come on, let's get to it. What are we talking about today, bro?
We're just going to have us a little casual conversation about what a financial institution is looking for when a business owner comes to them. So we just have a few questions around that. What do you guys want to see more? How can we make it easier to do business with you? I guess is our theme of today.
So basically, how small businesses can become bank ready?
Correct.
That cool?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I think a lot of small businesses out here, and there's a bunch, and I know there's certain things that you might not be able to say, so I'm going to say it for you.
You can generalize.
And,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it for you. There's a lot of programs out here that are being ran, and people still aren't bank ready. So, with that being said, we found it no fault to bring the bank ready people here,
Right.
to talk about it, so we can clear up any misconceptions, and people can answer. You guys can answer questions, maybe even coming from the live audience that's watching in over 50,000 countries. All right. If you're following right now, text the word biz or business to 810-796-1624, and that way you can be a part of our community, right? And if you want to call in, feel free to call in at 302-983-6703 and ask any question to Del One, to Laura and John here. All right. Now I got that out the way?
Yep.
All right. What you got?
Could I get you to just take a minute and talk about the suite of products that you have available for small businesses over at Del One?
Okay.
Sure. Do you want to start, and I can fill in?
So we do commercial real estate. Okay. Prefer owner occupied commercial. Just regular, what we call C&I lending or commercial industrial lending, which is more like terms and equipment and things like that, vans, vehicles. So we do all that. We have an MDE loan that we do. We have a pool of loans that it's up to $2 million. We've got about 1.1 left of those funds. And then we have, we work very closely with the Delaware Division of Small Business, which is a passion project of Laura's. So I'll let you talk about SSBCI.
So, we have a wonderful relationship with CJ and his team over at Division of Small Business. They are racing to get some federal dollars out the door so that they can hit that 80% mark by
And get more?
Yeah,
Get
so
more.
that they can make that second request for the second tranche, which is a big deal.
Right.
And they're doing amazing things with the dollars going out the door. So we are happy to partner with them. SSBCI, State Small Business Credit Initiative. We have capital access program, and we also have a loan participation program at the credit union that we push money out the door. So
Love it.
When folks are calling in and they're a small business looking for some equipment, they're looking for a refi, not an SBA refi, just
Yes.
FYI.
Right.
We can help with that, and sometimes they're great candidates for SSBCI.
Nice.
So
I love it. I love it.
Never let it be said that the resources are not available, yo.
Yeah.
The resources are definitely available, and we're bringing them all to you here on DETV Small Business Innovation Podcast.
And I'd like to say that that's something that we do really well. Even if the answer is not yet, we can't do this loan for you yet. We always try and have but here's someone who you should talk to.
Right.
Advertise Delaware with Drew Slater is someone I pass a lot of businesses who are looking to upgrade their building in greener ways. Sometimes Drew and his team can help. So if there's a small company that is looking for an HVAC upgrade, but their cash flow isn't there, we can't do that deal. I can at least connect them with other resource partners that I know of, thanks to my former time at the Division of Small Business, and help get them to yes.
I like that. A lot of people, a lot of lenders, and a lot of people in general just don't want to help anybody.
Right. Correct.
You know, after you get a no, you don't necessarily get a not yet, right? You get a no, and that's it. You're not going to hear anything back from them. But that one is different.
We put ourselves in their shoes.
Yeah.
Right? No, it's oh gosh, it's gut wrenching to have to say I need help with my project. I need help, or I've fallen a little behind. I need some help here.
Yeah.
So asking for help is probably that's like a gut wrenching thing.
Takes courage.
Yep.
Yes. So
Takes courage.
Yeah.
you're already scared, right? You're already vulnerable, and you don't need someone judging you.
Yeah.
You need someone just to hear you, someone
Yeah.
to listen, and say, okay, let's see if we can help.
We talked about that earlier. We talked about it earlier off air of people, small business owners, like all in, and saying, hey, step number one is being honest with yourself. And matter of fact, let's just go into it. We were talking about cash flow, right? And a lot of small businesses don't understand what cash flow is or how important understanding cash flow is.
Yep.
And can you explain? And I want you to break it down on a 100 level for the small businesses in the back that are scared to raise their hand. Like, what is cash flow, and how important is it to a small business?
Sure.
It's the lifeblood of the business. So when we look at underwriting a loan in a business and analyzing it, determine whether there's a high probability that they're going to succeed. The first thing we look at is the character of the individual in the business, right? The second thing is cash flow. The cash flow is, by and large, it is the ability to generate cash from operations, okay? Could be financing activities, could be investment activities, but primarily operations to support their business. And so if you're selling a widget for $2, right? And it costs you $1 to either manufacture or to acquire because you're getting it wholesale, okay? The next line down, right, is your gross income, right, of $1. After you pay your operating expenses, I hope they're significantly less than $1, right?
Right.
So that is, and then at the bottom, that's your bottom line. That's your net income, you know? And so now you can, it gets a little tricky. Your net operating income is, your earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. There's a few other things you can kind of put in there, but generally that is your cash flow. And that has to be sufficient to support your debt.
Right.
And you really, hopefully you're paying you're generating enough to pay yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Either as a salaried W-2 employee or you're able to make some distributions, but probably shouldn't be making too many distributions in those first few years. You need to be reinvesting that back into business.
Yeah.
So is that, I don't know,
That was great.
I don't want to get. I know I'm supposed to stay at a certain level. I don't want to get too detailed.
I think
I have
people
problems.
got that.
Yeah.
So,
No, I think people got that.
yeah.
So that actually leads to my first question here. What's a question that you wish more small business owners would ask their given financial institution, but they almost never do? What's something that they should ask, but they don't?
I would, our value add, like, what are we bringing to the table? Like, yes, but what do we have for you?
Yeah.
So when people come to me, they need money, right?
Right.
But there's also a treasury management side of my little lending, group that we're in. And I want them to understand that we also bring services that will save them money. Right? So they should be paying attention to the treasury management services that they already are using and what costs are associated with them.
Okay.
And what they're being charged every single time. So my partner in crime, the other half of my brain is Michelle Bergold.
Right.
And she's Vice President of Treasury Management for Del One. And I hear her value add every single time that we do a joint appointment with someone.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's...
I think
mean,
what's the value add? That's a great one. I think one I love to be asked is, where, how do I stack up against similar businesses, or, what type of cash flow should I be generating to support the obligations that I'm asking for?
Right.
Yep.
Where should I be? And so I think sometimes, like, those are great questions. Like, can you share? I have, like, can you share your ratios with me? Can you know what I mean? Like, a lot of stuff like that. How much do I have enough equity? I mean, there's so many questions I wish they would ask me. And
Wow,
I'd say,
that's different.
because we do. Yeah, I mean, we do want to know, and we're going to ask you. You know what I mean? And we're going to tell you your capitals are, like, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, the candid conversations and asking very firm, honest questions.
I think a
Everybody
lot of
comes
people-
out of the gates. What's the rate?
I think that
Right.
Yeah. I always say, I had someone just ask me that, well, what rate are you going to quote me? And I was like, well, I haven't seen your numbers. I'm not quoting you any rate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you qualify for.
Yeah.
Right.
There are so many other questions that you should be asking
Correct.
besides the rate.
Like
And-
what? What you got, Steve?
So-
because you're the financial guru.
The first thing you should
Dr.
be asking
Steve.
is about the suite of services. So talk to me about what your different checking accounts look like. Do you have merchant services? What does
Wow.
that look like? There's a whole, we'll do a separate podcast about that, but there's a
well,
whole bunch of stuff you should be asking
I think
before you
To
ask
Steve's
about the rate.
point, 100% agree with on it, because the more you do with us, right, that reduces our investment and
Right.
increases our cash flow,
Right.
and which means, wow, okay, well, we're getting multiple streams of income. That means we can offset that rate,
Yeah.
right? And that means that we can provide, the more services you provide, the more connected we are to one another.
I think that
As a-
people just don't know. Like you said, they're coming in and they're saying, "What is the rate?" That's the
Well, but I never want to lose the human factor.
right.
Very
Right?
fair. Yeah.
I want people to know that I genuinely care and that I literally am not judging you. There was a point in my life where I didn't know either.
Yeah.
And it is okay to ask the question, and it's fine. And if I don't know, that's all right. We'll figure it out together.
When you're talking about the human element, like my first time on the phone with Wisler, she was like, "Before we get into any business,"
I do this. That's how I start every
And I-
one of my.
I thought it was so dope. Right?
Have you used? Okay.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know where I'm going? No, but I don't think you know where I'm going.
Go ahead.
You said one of your random factoids that you like to do is to untangle chains. Like
Necklaces. Yeah.
did you utilize the nugget of knowledge that I gave you?
You said tweezers, right?
No, I
we
said the pins.
The pins. No, I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, you're killing me. But anywho,
I haven't had a chain in a long time.
Right? But that is something I know about you.
Yeah.
That is something that is from our first conversation
Yeah.
that we had
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with business.
Yeah.
I want to know that, because if I know that, then know me, like me, trust me, that is really important.
Yeah.
That is in our file.
Yeah.
And I take copious notes.
Yes, you did say that you did say that, and I thought it was so refreshing, right? That I could get on the phone with someone that doesn't know me, that's saying, "Hey," before not hide it in a conversation, but come straight out and say, "Hey, before we get into any business, I want to know about you, who you are, things you're into, and then we can talk." And I had a gentleman come in and he was like, like the Chinese tradition, like they want to know you before they do business.
Yes,
they want to
absolutely.
drink tea with you. They want you to come and they want you to talk, meet their family before anything happens, transpires. Because, when I met you and I was like, take all my money, like give me, open up every account.
And I will.
Right. Look, open up every account at Del One. I am fine with that, because if she took the time to listen to me in my life,
Right.
that means she would take the time to help me with a situation. And it's been like that. I can call you, I can call John, and John is probably tired of me because I hit John up at 7 o'clock. Yo, I got an idea.
I hit you back.
Yeah, they hit me back.
30 minutes after I said.
Yes, but it hit me back, and it was so. And anybody watching, this is the God honest truth. It's different when you're dealing with people that want to deal with you.
Yes.
And they don't treat you like you're a number or an asset. I literally, because I understand John has a wealth of knowledge, and there's things that I'm good at, and things that I'm not good at. And I'll call John, "Hey John, I got an idea. What do you think about this?" And he would be like, "Ivan, yay or nay?" And he'll tell me, he'll give me the rundown on it. And just like we called you a couple of times. I know old guy right here called you a couple of times. If you take that much effort to help us out, I can only imagine what it is when other businesses call you and say, "Hey, I need help with this. Can you tell me what this is?" And and I know it's not just you two. I know it's the culture of Del One to say, we're here to help with these wraparound services, of some sort. So,
Yeah.
I'll make this whole Del
I
One
think I'm
commercial.
stealing suite of services.
You are good, bro.
I think that's a good one.
What's a financial myth that you see circulating among the small business community?
Well,
One that
I'm going to quote you a rate. Fake news. I can't do that. Like, that would be how would I be able to quote you a rate if I know nothing about you?
Right.
Right? I know nothing about your financials, nothing about your business.
Yes.
I would want people to put themselves in my shoes, and I'm going to come and ask them for $100,000.
Yeah.
Just, because I look nice, because I talk well. Like, no. I could have a lot of baggage, right? So please don't ask me to quote you a rate.
I know.
For me, and I this is kind of maybe a little deeper on, I think that people think owning a small business that they're going to get wealthy.
It's super easy. I'm my own boss.
Yeah, and it's not. It takes work. And the folks that I know that are successful, they're not afraid of the work. Okay, and they're after providing a good living for their family and connecting with the community.
Yes.
And they're comfortable with that. And they might make a good living, and they might one day become wealthier. They might, there might be that, one-off unicorn that all of a sudden takes off, and and you do go big, you do IPO, you do go crazy. But most small businesses, they don't.
Yeah.
You can, like, maybe you own a grocery store, hardware store, maybe you own a storefront somewhere. You can provide a real good living for your family.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to get up early. You're gonna have to go to bed late, and you can provide some legacy to the community, to the support to the community, what you donate in time, hours, trade, and also support your family in their future and their endeavors. Rich is, I don't know how you call. most small businesses don't end up rich, by my definition
Right.
of rich.
No, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that unfortunately you see a lot of small business owners who have started a business for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. If you started a small business for money or just because you don't want a job or you don't want somebody telling you what to do, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And I want to state that very, very plainly. The reasons for you starting your small business have to be something besides money, and it has to be something besides, I don't want anybody telling me what to do. Because we see this often. We see it real often. I'll tell you the myth that I can't stand. It's that more capital is going to fix the problems in the business.
No,
This
because
is
you
one-
obviously didn't do a good job with the capital you had in the first place.
Precisely. And I think this is one that got a lot more popular during COVID because
yeah.
somehow
Influx of money and
yeah, and we've talked about it on this program before. Teaching people how to run a business is a business now. Teaching people about business credit is a business now.
Yep.
And it's just like, getting more capital
It's not the
isn't
answer.
the answer if you don't know how to run the business.
No, man.
If
It's
you-
like putting like sugar on an anthill.
Right.
Like if you're trying to just get more money, it talks about the habits that you have in your business, right? And those habits aren't good. You get $100,000 or $200,000, and you go back to continue doing the same thing,
Right.
With no model to generate any type of revenue, because that's how you're disciplined, right? You're disciplined to just getting spending or putting it into payroll. That's not going to generate you. That's just a Band-Aid.
Right.
That thing is going to come back, and then now you got to pay another $100,000 and get bit all in your butt.
Right.
Like, what makes you say no to a client that comes in? What type of things that you hear that says you're not ready yet?
I would say a lack of planning, right? So I understand, but if you tell me that you've got a small business that you just started a few months ago,
No.
that's great. No, I'm not gonna say no to that. I'm applauding you. Like that's courageous, right? But if you haven't put on paper a plan,
Yeah.
like a business plan,
That's the problem.
that's
Hold
a
on.
red.
I
That's
don't want to interrupt you here, but
Go
I want to
ahead.
emphasize a real business plan.
Yeah, not something
someone
on
that
a
you paid
napkin.
$10 on Fiverr for, and not a copy and pasted Chat GPT output. A real business plan.
Yes,
Sorry
like
for
that
interrupting
that
Go
you
ahead.
wrote yourself. That you wrote yourself. That you
Yes.
actually did the market research. You know how much. You know who your competition is.
Yeah.
You know what sets you apart from them,
Yeah.
and how you are going to ascertain the clients that they already have, right? Like,
You understand the plan you wrote.
yeah, and you also understand that it's going to change.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for me, it's character.
Okay.
That's the first thing out of the gates. If I look at somebody and look at somebody's the wrong, phrase, but it's if you look at someone's character, and it's the most difficult thing to evaluate and measure, right? But if they've got judgments, liens, levies, they got unpaid obligations that have been out there for decades. If they've had, if they've got a bad reputation,
Yeah.
we look at, the business credit report. We look at the guarantor price because we don't do non-recourse loans. We look at the individual credit report. We look at we do a search through a program called Accurant where we look at the background of the individuals and stuff. Look, I mean, this all speaks to character. Nothing individually is a disqualifier.
Right.
So, I mean, we don't want to make loans to convicted felons, but there's a lot of people that have come out of there and
Absolutely. They deserve a second
there's
chance.
no recidivism.
Yeah.
And they've come out, whatever, prison's a very sensitive subject, but you come out of prison, it depends on what it was, right? And you do right, get back, get involved in the community, teach the lessons that you've learned, the valuable lessons you learned there.
Yeah.
Not necessarily disqualifier, folks that maybe they had some dings on their credit. People have dings on their people. Nobody is without wounds.
Yeah.
We're not looking for. We would love perfect credit, but nobody has perfect credit. So we're just looking for good credit, right?
Yeah.
And those are 2 or 3 of the things we look at. But it's you know, sometimes you got to shake hands with somebody, look somebody in the eye, and as goofy as that sounds,
Right.
have a real conversation and get to the real meat of the matter. And somebody being honest with you, saying, "Hey, man, you know, I know this is a PG program, but you know, whatever you got." They opened the kimono. There's nothing to hide there. You know what I mean? So, you know, if that makes sense. But
No, it makes a lot of sense.
hard as hell it's hard as heck to evaluate, but it's important. It's the most important to me.
You can run across people that, like, when you do a background check, and I see it all the time, that, you know, their background, oh, this person they got into a little problem, right? But they have a great model,
Right.
right? And the problem is like a bunch of speeding tickets or something that, you know, you could tell that they could overlook this.
Yeah.
Give them a bus ticket and say, all right, we can
Well,
work
unless they're
something
doing
out.
a driving
Something
school.
out, right?
We can work something
Right.
out.
If they're doing a driving school, we
Yeah.
might not make that loan.
Might not be so good. Might not be so good.
Right. But character goes a long way, right?
Yeah.
And you know, like when people get like record companies find someone, they want to know, what have you done?
Yep.
What have you done on your own? What skin do you have in the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same like they walk into a church and say, "Oh, well, you're signed." They want to know what you're like. Since you've been by yourself, what are your social media stats? Are you streaming? Are you making music? What are you doing by yourself when no one is watching? What are you doing? And that is a lot to do with character. You know, you have a bunch of small businesses out here that says, "Hey, I've been doing this. I've been making these widgets, selling these widgets, stocking the shelves at night when no one was watching, just to keep this going." That's different than from someone saying, "I got a new business. I need $100,000."
Or I'm on my 7th business.
Serial entrepreneurs.
And hey, if that works for some people, that works for some people. But
Yeah.
how's that working for you? If you have enough time for a 7th business, what are the other 6 doing?
Yeah, and you opened all of them 2 years ago.
Yeah, you know.
I love that. So let me throw a hypothetical out here.
Yeah.
Let's say that you're putting together, strictly based on the products and services that Del One currently offers for small business owners. You're putting together, say, a toolkit for a small business owner who just had their first solid breakthrough month.
Okay.
What do you include in that toolkit for them?
Damn. That's me.
That's a great question.
We both,
Well, that's a good question.
The
So
Del
they had
One
their first.
toolbox.
How long have they been in business?
Let's say they've been in business for 2 years.
Okay, 2
2
years.
years,
or
and they
close to
just
2
had like a
years.
really amazing month.
Let's say they were kind of treading water, so they were keeping the lights on, but now they're finally seeing the light, and they just had the first month suddenly out of nowhere, because overnight successes are usually not overnight successes.
No, they are not.
It takes a long time to
Yeah, it
become
does.
an overnight success. So they've been treading water. They've been in business for a while, maybe some down months, maybe some up months.
Right.
And now here they are. They just had their best month ever. Let's say they suddenly out of nowhere double their profit.
Okay.
What's in their toolkit?
So in terms of the
what the credit look
toolkit,
like?
you talking about like the products that we have for them?
Sure. What do you want them to know, and then what do you want them to have?
Okay. So for me, the first, I think what I want to know is, the first question is, well, what made this much? What was the breakthrough? What was the inflection point that made this month happen? And can it be replicated? And then even flat months, we can see trends in numbers. If you've been around 2 years, we can see trends. So we're going to help. We're hopefully helping. We can help shine a light on some of those dark corners and help that story be told.
Yeah.
If it's a good one. Sometimes it's like, well, I broke through. Why? Right? Well, I sold all my equipment. Well, that's great, but you can't do business anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, so we need to know what the why behind that, and I think that's the key. So one is, I'm going to want to know what happened there.
Right.
Of course, we're going to look at, in terms of a loan, we're going to look at, okay, well, how are you going to capitalize on that?
That's what I
How are
was
you
gonna
going to
say.
get this to roll forward? So I'm going to want to know what kind of capital they have in the business, because that capital is not just cash. It also speaks to character. Because why am I going to bet on somebody that's not betting on themselves? And I'm not talking about, when I talk capital, Steve, how I feel about this, like, I'm not talking about grants. That's not you betting on you.
Right.
That's typically some nonprofit or government entity that's betting on you.
Right.
So I want to see that. And then in terms of the toolkit, I want to see your deposit accounts. I want to see if you're using ACH. I want to use if you're using Positive Pay. Fraud is a real thing. So Positive Pay and ACH, those things that we test and measure, are you using checks? Why? 67% of all fraud are checks. People still writing checks.
Right.
Do you have merchant services? What are they?
Right.
How mobile is it somebody's ability to pay? Do you have a website? What's your landing page? What's your business plan? How close are you to executing your business plan? Did you update it? What's your strategic plan to replicate the success of that month, the previous 12 months, and to actually capitalize on all that hard work that 24, 36 months, because it's not 24 months you've been in business. You've been thinking about that for 4 or 5 years before you ever decided to open that, enter that operating company, open that LLC, go on to LegalZoom to figure out the legal documents you're supposed to have. So I'm going to want to see all of that, and then I'm going to want to see those business accounts, and I'm going to want to see, hey, how are you leveraged?
Yeah.
Are you ready
Yeah.
to take on a loan? What's that loan look like? Can you manage that loan?
Yeah.
And will that loan lead to an even brighter day for your business, so that super awesome month you just had, you can start stacking those wins up?
Dang right. That
Because-
1 month turns into 12 months.
Yeah,
Like
the worst
quick.
that we
Yeah,
could do
that's a
is
long
execute
answer.
a
Sorry.
loan to someone who we know cannot afford it in the long run.
You're damn right.
We won't do
You're
it.
damn right. That's wrong for both parties.
Right.
We have to sleep at night too,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
know, like we have to be good people to the good people that we are serving.
A credit union with a heart. Oh, jeez.
It's rare that you see any financial institution with a heart, man.
No,
I don't know. I wouldn't want to say that. There's
It's okay.
a
You
lot
don't
of
have to. I'll say it for you.
there's I know a lot I know a lot of folks, right? And
Right.
I know that they have good hearts. I know
I
that
do.
they-
I
I'm not
like
talking
the
about
credit
the individuals.
unions.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the business
institutions
practices of certain
themselves. I
institutions.
get it.
I'll
Yeah.
say if for me, like credit unions, and the cool thing about credit unions is there's a cooperative, I got saw my buddy twice, Todd Wilson at Dover Fed this weekend. Man, they're trying to do the right things too. You know what I mean? So credit unions are usually trying to do the right thing. And community banks, I think, a lot of times are. I don't think that big banks aren't. I think that sometimes we all lose our way, right? We forget how we got where we got, right? I mean, that's, and I don't know, that's just personal opinion, but
No, I hear
I
you.
do think we're the best.
Oh, hands down.
right.
But
Talk about it,
I just
right?
didn't
Talk
want to.
dirty to
I didn't
him.
want to
Talk dirty
on
to him.
anybody else. You know.
No, I look. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. As a black male, a black business owner, it's been extremely hard trying to grow. Trying to grow a business, and especially with us in the industry that never existed here, right? So just again, walking into Del One and talking to you was so different. It was different than anything that I ever experienced, right? We've been in banks before, and they were like, no, like just no, and didn't even take the time to look at what we are or what we have to offer, or even wondering who the hell is this guy named Ivan standing in front of me and what he does. So it's different, especially after DEI, the administration cut this DEI thing out. It has been a lot of stuff, and like you said, you talked about earlier, the grants fizzling away. Yeah. We haven't got a grant in a year. You know what I mean? Like all the grants that how do we not get a grant, right? And it's so you can imagine like the nonprofits, but also these business owners that are trying to make it, but don't have the education of business to make it. And it sounds to me, and I see, because I now have a relationship with you all, that you do care about the people that come in, regardless of race, skin, color, where you live. Like, if your character is good, your credit is okay, and you got a hell of a plan, a hell of a business plan that can make some money,
I'll fight for you.
you'll fight for it, right. And that's
I
different.
can't want it more than you do,
Right.
but I will fight for you. If you come back out of underwriting and they're like, no, I don't think so. And I'm like, no, wait, you didn't talk to this person.
Yeah.
You didn't see it.
Yeah, you didn't go to their place and see that they
I
got
can-
100 muffins. Like they got customers banging on their door for these brownies.
I can attest. Laura and Bergold have both they put me into the wall. Like, you're making this one, buddy. You know what I mean? Like,
Which you
Took
do.
him outside. We let him
she's
know
like,
what was up.
listen,
Yeah,
listen.
this is what we're gonna fund.
Yeah,
No.
this is it's not.
No.
What they did is they said, hey, there was occasionally it's like, hey, well, this is what I think. I'm looking at the metrics, and I get lost in the numbers, the black and the white, the numbers, because that's where I'm comfortable, right? Sometimes we run to where we're comfortable, and if I'm overwhelmed with something, I'm like, you know, it'd be great right now, a spreadsheet, man.
Right.
This calls for a spreadsheet.
Exactly. So I get in there and I'm getting into the numbers and I'm looking at something, and they're like, man, you're forgetting this.
person.
And they start telling the story, and then I'm like, well, I need to project this out. There's some other Let's find a way. Reach out, ask if they can make this work, we can do it. And by golly, we were able to make that work.
I came to work for Del One because they are servants in the state. Like, they serve their members, and they don't forget who they serve. So if I have to remind people every once in a while, like, no, wait, numbers aside, yes, I know the numbers are a little shaky, but I really think, like, I saw it. Like, I saw what was behind this idea. I believe in this person. This person is working at Wawa at night.
At night, yeah.
They are doing the things on the weekend to generate the cash to pour into this love that they have. I saw that. We can do this.
Yeah.
We can figure this out.
They just need a shot.
They just need a shot.
Just need a shot.
Just need a shot.
Yeah.
There's
Who
times
hasn't
where,
said
like,
that in their life, right? Like, someone took a shot on me. Someone took a shot on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw a guy that took a shot on me today, and we just laughed and laughed. And I said to him, I said, 12 years ago, I sat with you, and I asked you your vision in Wilmington, and I built my company around that vision, right? Where is Wilmington going? Where is Wilmington going in the next 12 years? And he told me, and I was like, wow, he's still on the same plan. He's still on the same trajectory of what he said to me 10 years ago. And, when you have it in your heart to give people a shot, the universe opens up to you. It's a different universe you live in.
Well, not only that, but people don't forget that.
Yeah.
People don't forget that you believed in them.
Yeah. Yep.
And so that's the relationship building that we do. That's how we keep the business portfolio that we will. That's how we'll gain the business portfolio that we are going to gain.
Yeah.
Because we're willing to put it out there. We're willing to take the shot on people.
We got a recurring theme here. You hear how she's talking about creating that experience
Yeah. Disney
for
World.
the client?
Disney World.
We keep saying it on this program. You must create the experience.
Yeah.
And John, I also appreciate you saying that the business plan needs to be updated. Now,
Yeah.
he went through it kind of fast, but I don't want that to be lost on you.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Talk. Why is that important, bro?
If you were an avocado farmer in 1995, would your business plan look the same as an avocado farmer in 2025?
Damn.
No, it would not.
Not with weather patterns the way they are.
Your business plan must be updated regularly based on what you're doing, what your goals are, et cetera, et cetera.
I wonder how many people are doing that, man.
Oh,
I
Very
wonder how
little.
many people are really updating.
Very little.
They don't even update their LinkedIn.
So I'm gonna give a little shout out to DSB, right?
Okay.
Division of Small Business. They have Edge. Edge is something near and dear to my heart. I love that program. It's my favorite program when I was there. And the main thing that people would come in would be they'd have like their business plan, and they would take a portion of it, and that would be like their ask, their proposal.
Yeah.
And win or lose, they would walk away knowing more about their business than they ever even thought they knew.
Yeah.
Because they saw it in a different perspective. So
Yeah.
that was a gift that the Edge program gave them.
Right.
But they often found when they were coming back for the second or third time that their initial ask, it really wasn't what they needed in the first place.
Correct.
Right? So it's so important for that business plan to be updated
Yeah.
because when you start your business, 6 months later, 12 months later, your financial needs are different.
How often do you think that a business should update their business plan?
I would say they should at least look at it once a year. I would
think
say.
annually, and I think eventually a business plan, depending upon the size of the business, evolves into a strategic plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you end up with, if you have division, if you grow that big, you got divisions and all that.
Yeah.
They've got their own business plan, and their strategic plan should roll up.
The Bible said, write it down, and make it plain.
Yeah.
Write the vision and make it plain.
We just tidied up our business plan, and now we're doing all of the work afterwards. We call them OKRs, measuring what matters.
Yeah.
The objectives and key results that we go after, right? They're measurable goals with KPIs. I mean, that's all stuff that you got to get after, man. You got to know them. And it should be hard enough, right? It should be hard enough that you can't achieve it perfectly.
Right.
It's got to be aspirational, but also achievable. Like it's a really weird balance between those two words that start with A. I don't know what that means. Aspirational and achievable, because those are two. They're two opposing things. It's a really weird thing how you have to structure. So, I would say annually, but you got to know it, man. You got to be able to adjust it.
Yeah, I would also say annually. A business plan needs to be reevaluated annually.
Well, I mean, even with asks, like let's say you come out of the gates, right? It's a little slow the first 2-3 months, and then all of a sudden you start firing on all cylinders,
Right.
And everything's hitting, and you got a line of credit, and maybe it was 50,
Right.
and all of a sudden you're doing $1 million in sales, and we do a working capital analysis, and you're going, man, I'm struggling to make payroll and all this. It's like, well, yeah, you need a $100,000 line of credit because it takes you 30 days to collect that cash, and you've got a lot of invoies out there.
That's right.
And not everybody's going to pay you on time.
That's right.
Try to get Walmart to pay you on time.
Back to cash flow. So back to cash flow.
Uncle Sammy, that's 120 days for you getting a check if
Come
you're
on,
lucky.
Talk to him, man.
So, yeah.
Talk to them. It's so crazy because you're absolutely right. A lot of people don't even take that in consideration.
Right.
You know, they think that because like they put an invoice out there, they're going to get paid tomorrow. Like it's insane.
Or the government contract.
Oh man.
Like, hey, yes, it's steady money, and I'm
Now,
not.
if he was Elon, you would get your money. No. Ooh, did I say that? I'm sorry.
Don't do that here.
I'm not sure that's true.
That's
Either.
right.
Of course, he's okay. I'm not worried about him.
Yeah, he's okay. Right? It's the small businesses where we're concentrating on here in Delaware. Exactly. Yeah. So, okay, small business. The takeaway right now is update your business plan. Look at it at least once a year and make sure you update it. Very important. It will let you know where you are with your business, what's working, and you need to run reports quarterly, if not weekly and quarterly, to see where you are in your business. Monthly, at the end of every month, to see where you are. Weekly, monthly, and quarterly, just to see where you are and what changes you need to make. Because you're going to use that old data, that data from then, to look back and to forecast what you need to do for the prior year, for the year coming up. So that is important with it. And also, when you do that and you tap Del One to see what services they offer, it will help you be bank ready, probably by year 2. I give it year 2. Year 2, you can make by year 2 you can make a lot of significant changes in your industry, in your big job.
Yep. All right. So let me. My bad. Were you about to say something?
Well, one thing I was going to say about the business plan that I think you need to look at regularly, budgeting is something we don't ever talk about. And
It's my love
budgeting is
language.
so
Is
critical.
it?
Keep
Oh my
talking.
God.
It's so critical because
He got Nas playing too.
you look at that. Yeah, you got that every. You got to look at that every month. I missed. Why'd I miss?
Damn it,
And be
man.
honest with yourself.
And be honest. Like, I missed because guess what?
You missed what? Explain to the people that they're watching.
I
'cause
missed
they-
my revenue. So the ultimate driver of cash flow,
Right.
Of cash, right, is sales.
Yes.
It's just sales. It's
Agreed.
revenue.
Agreed.
If you're not generating enough revenue, there's ways to tighten your belt. There's the ways like, you know what? I'm going to skip my Starbucks cup of coffee. I'm just going to brew. I'm going to get the drip coffee's better anyway, guys. But you do drip coffee, and I'm not
Tighten
buying the
up.
K-cups. I'm going to tighten up there, and I'm going to, you know what? We're not going to do paper. We're going to PDF and scan stuff or do whatever you got to do, right? To tighten up the belt. There's ways to control expenses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not always easy, okay? But people, sometimes you got to make that hard decision about
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
But in general, sales. You got to start with sales. That's the top line, man. You got to look at that number. If you missed it, why'd you miss it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I was crushing it, and I decided to just, I was going to stop having my breakfast appointments.
Yeah.
And I stopped my 10 o'clock coffee meetings. And 9 to 10, I always make my calls.
Yeah.
And you know what? didn't make my calls 9 to 10 during this week. Why? Why didn't I do it?
Jesus. You're talking about discipline now.
Discipline.
Yes,
Discipline for
about-
everything.
Yeah,
Right?
you're talking
Discipline
about.
for everything.
But you got to be real. I mean, having a business coach, you don't need one if you're like the most disciplined person in the world. But I got to tell you, there ain't a whole lot of folks that are like the most disciplined person in the world.
Yes.
So you might need a coach or a consultant, or you might say, man, I blew my numbers. Why'd I blow my numbers? You got to have somebody that's going to keep you honest.
Do you have coaches at Del One?
For businesses?
Business coaches?
That's Laura. She's the business coach for businesses.
Okay.
I would say that I meet with a lot of businesses. I think, who we don't get enough out there is Andrew. So,
Shout out to Andrew.
Shout out to Andy.
Y'all should bring him with you next
out
time
there
you come.
enough, man. But Burgle does. I'll tell you, Burgle does coaching. When she gets somebody set up with ACH, Positive Pay, Treasury Management,
Okay.
all across the board,
Yeah.
she'll have weekly or bi-weekly calls with them
That's dope.
and coaches them on how to use our app, how this
That's
system
dope.
works, how
Yep.
does this work, how does this work, until they're off and running.
Until
and they
they
go
feel
from weekly
comfortable.
to
Yeah.
bi-weekly to monthly, and then eventually she's like, I'm so glad John graduated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, it's awesome. You know what I mean? Or, it's a really cool thing. So different areas we coach in terms of businesses. We also provide, we call them financial coaches
Right.
or certified credit counselors in our branches. If somebody comes to me and their credit's a little bit more than scratch and dent, okay? I might say, listen, man, we offer online, Green Path, free credit counseling. It's completely confidential, and it helps you repair those things. And I think I don't know how many hundreds of thousands, it might be 1 million now, that we've had folks pay down in terms of, revolving debt or stuff like that, or restructure the balance sheet or learn to budget. We also have these financial coaches. We have those in, I don't want to say all of our branches.
Almost,
It's an initiative for us to have 100% of our branches staffed with at least one, but hopefully 3 financial coaches. We're not there yet, but it is an initiative. We're after it, and I think most of our branches have at least one at this point. A couple have 2 or 3, but in general, we can get you certified credit counselor. And Tiara Neal,
I love it.
Out of our West Dover branch,
she is
kills
the
it.
leader in terms of
Yeah.
the credit counseling and stuff she
That's dope.
provides. She's
She's
on
so
vacation,
caring
but,
and compassionate
Yeah.
and honest.
great smile too.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Whole room lights up when that girl
Yeah.
smiles. She's got a good set of chiclets.
I was gonna say, where are you going with this?
Oh, nowhere.
Chiclets.
Chiclets.
Chiclets. Yeah.
And then directly to HR.
Hey, John, we don't need you to sign in right now. We're just going to need you to go over the HR.
Where's your ID card?
Yeah, we do that all the time. Don't even check in right now. Just let me have your ID card, and we're gonna send you right over to HR. But no, that's great to know, man. I'm excited about this episode. All right, if you're just tuning in, make sure we got John and Laura here from Delaware Federal Credit Union, the credit union you can trust. The credit union that's like family. The people that give a damn about you. The people that will say not yet, but also get you ready to say yes.
But at the same time, I know not everyone walks away from a conversation with me when I have to say no.
Yeah.
And the not yet, they have the ickies, right? They don't appreciate that I told them no, and they're gonna ask some more probing questions, and that's okay. Like, you're allowed to be mad at me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But we're not giving you $100,000 if you're not ready. We're not giving you the
Right.
money if
I'm
you're
trying to
not
do you a
ready.
favor.
Yeah, I'm doing you a favor.
I'm trying to do you a favor.
Yeah.
All of these fake business gurus on social media really muddied the water in the last 4 or 5 years. All of y'all like you can't teach somebody who has a 550 credit score to go out and get $200,000 of someone else's
No,
money.
but you can teach them to get a 700
There you
credit
go.
score, and
Yes.
you can give them foundation of how to build a great business.
Yeah.
That is a number.
Yeah.
Right? Numbers on the scale can change. Numbers like grades can change. Your credit score can change. So
Yes,
don't be
the-
ashamed by
and-
it. Just acknowledge it,
Yeah.
and let's fix it.
And let's say this, right? Credit scores, improving your credit score does not take a lot. It doesn't take a lot. It's just about making payments, right? Like, I have my credit score up to 750, and I was happy, right? Like, woo! And all it was understanding what the credit was, understanding how to manage it, and understanding how to take care of it with the income that I had coming in, and how to, and most of all, how to use it.
It comes down to an educational thing.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know, and
That's
it's okay.
right.
It is okay.
Yeah.
But you can learn, and you can fix it.
In
Like,
6
it's
months,
a
you
number.
can fix it in 6 months to a year.
It's a number.
And
Yeah.
I will say about credit scores. I look at a credit score, and it's indicative of what one of the three, primarily three credit reporting agencies think of your credit. I'm going to dig into that, okay? And I am going to actually say, well, wait a minute now. Why is this person a 730 and this person a 760? Now, in a mortgage world, that will bump your rate by 25.
That's right.
By 0.25%.
That's right. Yep.
And so, but why? Just, you're talking about 30 basis points. And
That's right.
you go through and you're like, these people have both paid everybody like a clock, and the things, oh, person just happened to have their Home Depot card because they were freshening up their house for sale before they bought another one.
Yep.
And they went over 50%
Yeah.
utilization on one credit card.
Yep.
So I look at a lot of that data. And
Yeah.
we also, and this is consumer side, but we use a predictive analytics tool
Okay.
that allows us to interpret that. And that actually is it's a really cool tool that it looks at like up to 308 data points.
Damn.
And gives us a probability of default and all this stuff. So we get into, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going way off.
Oh,
Don't
you
worry
are
about
good.
it.
My point
You're
is-
talking to a bunch of nerds here. Don't
So,
worry
yeah,
about
all right,
it.
so the
You're
details of
home,
the
bro.
credit
What he's
report
saying
matter
is
more
your
than
home.
score.
What he's saying is your credit profile is probably just as, if not more important than the actual credit score. All
That's right.
Let's keep that in mind, y'all. Let's keep that in
And
mind.
again, let's go 101. When you're talking about your credit profile, Steve, what is a credit profile? I feel like we're gonna need like definitions at the bottom of the
Yeah.
screen. Like credit profile. What is a credit profile?
This is a better question for these two. They can answer
Okay.
it better than I can.
A credit profile is essentially how you have performed in paying
History.
your creditors.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how have you performed in paying them?
Yeah.
How are you using credit?
Yeah.
Historically, currently,
Yeah.
it's that. I mean, that's in broad strokes. That's what the explanation would be.
Right.
I will say it's not uncommon. Like if you see somebody that's I don't know, an engineer at DuPont,
Right.
who's he's got a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom house, and his kids are out of school, and or whatever, and he and his wife both getting ready for retirement. Yeah, you're going to see a 730, not a lot of credit. They might have a mortgage. They might have that. Like you might see someone like that. Yeah, they're
Right.
going to have a 780. You see a young buck who's or gal who's running a business.
Yeah.
Who's got 680. Well, why is it 680? Well, they're using some credit. It's maybe a 38, 39-year-old woman here. She's
Right.
using her credit
Right.
personally to help fund some of her business.
Yeah.
We're going to look at that. We're going to ask questions. I think you had a conversation today where somebody was funding both sides of his life with his personal credit. He was using some business. He
Yeah.
probably should have had a little line of credit or
Yeah.
a business credit card or something like that. We're going to dig into that and find out. How did
Yeah.
you fund? Where did you get the capital from?
Yeah.
I've been using credit cards, man. I've been using credit cards. I think Mark Cuban all the time talks about
He
this.
talks about that. Yeah.
Using his credit cards to get until he got rolling a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting somebody go do that. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm just suggesting is we are going to explore that when we pull a credit report.
That's right. That's right.
I just
Right.
want to make the note that he pointed my way when he said young 38, 39-year-old.
I saw that.
And I was like,
That's right.
that's right.
Right, man.
That's not me, but thank you for pointing.
I know that's right, Wisler. I know that's right.
I was like, what is it? Oh, it's not me.
I hear that. I hear that a lot, John. I hear a bunch of small businesses when they get into the red. that they're like, yo, we got to survive. We got to survive just until something
Yes.
happens. And they pull like, their personal credit. I mean, I did it before. You know what I mean? They had to use their personal credit where there's a credit limit because they had to keep things moving.
Right.
And again, that's the character and the profile that you look after. Like,
But that's also the really important time to look at your budget.
yes.
Absolutely.
Where are you bleeding? Where can you pull it in?
What did you
Yes.
sell?
What
Yeah.
did you sell? What didn't you sell? Why didn't you? And
You're asking a lot, Wisler. You're
And-
asking a lot.
did you really need to pull a paycheck this week?
That-
Or can you button in like your paycheck a little bit? Like you have a team
If you can't say amen, say ouch.
and ouch. And like your team, they're depending on you. They have families too. So you gotta be honest with yourself. What cuts do we need to make?
So let's stay there for a minute, right? Let's stay there. You have a business. There's a business that's hemorrhaging money. Owner is still taking a salary, $80,000, $100,000 a year, right? Company is losing money hand over fist 7 months straight. What should they do? You said one,
Well,
take a look at the
why-
budget.
I was going to say, so yes, take a look at the budget. I don't want to say don't pay yourself. Like you deserve to live, right? You deserve to have money coming into your household as well. But
Before you even get there, we said pay yourself. A lot of small businesses don't pay themselves.
they should be, so it's not just to have a paycheck. You pay yourself intentionally.
Talk to them, man.
So you have to be intentional with maybe taking a paycheck isn't paying yourself, but investing back into your company
Yeah.
is taking the paycheck,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that you can't take a paycheck. I'm just saying maybe that money can be used best in another place, right?
I'm
at
saying,
this
I'm
moment in
saying
time.
don't take a paycheck.
Don't take
I'm saying,
Right.
so with me on this, the 80, if they're hemorrhaging, what would I say to them about taking a salary or not? My first question is, why are you hemorrhaging? What caused this? And are these wounds fatal?
I love the way John's mind works.
Are they
It's
fatal,
always-
huh?
It's very
I mean,
analytical.
you got to
I
look
love it.
like
Keep going.
There could be structural weaknesses to your business.
Yeah, man.
I mean, how many? Like, okay, well, I mean, it doesn't happen to small, but it happens to big businesses too, right?
Right.
Like, well, where's General Electric these days?
Yeah. Yeah.
20 years ago, were they the largest company in the world?
Yeah.
You know, how many avocado refrigerators do they have laying around in some warehouse somewhere, right? Well, actually, that's actually popular again, so it's probably good that they had them.
Yeah,
But the point was, like, you have to refresh, you have to renew.
Yeah.
There's things get old, right? Anybody have a flip phone anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They're
as
coming
I was
fast.
thinking BlackBerry. I didn't want to say
Oh,
it.
The
I remember
BlackBerry,
my first
as
BlackBerry.
fast as stuff moves, as
Yeah.
fast as stuff moves. Like nowadays, it's like, you know, there are people that come to say, oh, I got this great idea, and I'm like, I haven't even heard of that, and I will listen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, that's a thing, and I like, oh my gosh, we had a meeting where like, I don't even know what this is, so we brought in our IT team,
Oh,
our
yeah. Yeah.
chief information officer and our
Yeah.
chief security officer, because this cat's talking to us, and Laura and I are like doing this. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, but
After the
everything
meeting, I
you're
was like,
saying sounds
"Can
really
you dumb
smart.
that down?
You
Thank
know?
you."
Wow.
So
Wow.
you say the internet's involved.
Yes. What?
You know what I mean?
World
Like,
Wide Web.
you know, so I mean, is this on the World Wide Web?
Yes.
So what we're like doing, so I'm like, man, we don't know what the heck this is. So we call in,
Our
we
subject
grab
matter
some
expert.
experts,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh man, this is legit. This is a really neat. This is a need, and we're like,
Is it?
sweet. No idea. So what is he saying? And they like, you know, they explain it to us, like,
Yeah.
you know, stuff is so renewed so fast. So to the point, like, why are you? Some stuff gets old, and you're hemorrhaging because the structural, what you're selling, nobody wants.
Yeah.
And that's hard to say. That's hard to look at.
It was I remember there was a story in the Bible. I am far from like a Bible thumper, right?
Okay.
But it was a story in the Bible, and it was talking about how Jesus told the guy to change the wine, put it in new skins, right? And how I took it was, you can't have he said you couldn't have old wine in new skins, right? And old skins because it wasn't selling. So if you look at small businesses today or before, and how they would advertise or what they would do to download directory or knock on doors, right? Or selling vacuum cleaners.
I was going to say, that's the first thing I thought of, door-to-door salesman for vacuums.
Yeah, door-to-door salesman for vacuums, right? So imagine the old skin is to knock on the door.
Yeah.
The new skin is to create a website, create a Facebook page, create Instagram, right? Create
But then
content.
you have to maintain it.
You got to be
Okay?
current.
Because
And be
if not,
current.
you're going to turn into the used like vacuum salesman.
Yeah.
Because someone's going to log in and they'll be like, cool, they have a website, but it hasn't been updated since
Come
2022.
on, maintenance. That's a whole nother story. But
Put it in your budget.
But check the budget, right? Because all of that right now is the new way of doing business in 2025. Like, okay, maybe you're not selling vacuums, but maybe you're teaching the technology of creating something new, right?
Yeah.
Or how the science behind it. It's so many businesses out here that are failing, or I bet coming to you asking for a loan that's doing old stuff. And it's like, does this even make sense? Nor does it even make money.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well, that goes back to you don't need more capital when you didn't.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we're far afield, but I mean, I, in terms of the original question with regards to do you take a salary, the answer is I want to know why you're hemorrhaging.
Right.
And sometimes it's like, yeah, you may want to take one more paycheck and button it up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, I hate saying that, or maybe you need to get a second job, or maybe you need to, you know, when was the last time you revisited your budget or your business
Yeah.
plan? One time, you know what I'm saying? So
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Because I like being honest because
Yeah.
people, like, I use my platform to tell people where I failed, right?
Yeah.
So they don't fail.
Yeah.
That happened with me, right? And I was looking, I was like, yo, I don't need to take no salary. Like, I'll figure out a way. Like, because
Yeah.
my salary, the business can't sustain that right now, right? So let's get rid of that. And then when I did that, it made me hustle even harder.
Yeah.
Right? It made me hustle even harder because now, like, I burnt my boats. There's no going back.
Yeah.
You know, but I gotta keep it going. I gotta keep it moving. And I think what like businesses out there, and my message is to you, burn your boats, right?
Yeah.
Like, look at the budget, like you said, Wisler. Look at the budget. Figure out where you can cut, what you can cut, and use AI. Jesus, use AI.
Yeah.
What other questions you got? Because we've been
Don't give them
rocking
too
and rolling
much.
for a minute.
I'm gonna just ask one more question
Okay.
because we're creeping up on 9 o'clock here.
Okay.
I had a whole bunch more, but I'm gonna just ask
We're going-
one
all right.
more. When you picture this next generation of entrepreneurs, you know, millennials and Gen Z getting into business, what excites you the most about how they are handling money differently than perhaps the generations before them?
So I like that they're prepared.
Are they?
I find that they do a lot more research. And I like the ideas that they're coming with because, again, I'm not 38 or 39, but they're coming up with things that are just, it's a fresh perspective. It's a fresh perspective on something that I have looked at maybe one way for so long. I never once thought about it. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can tell you, I think it was maybe last summer, I was at the University of Delaware, Horn Entrepreneur. They had a program in the summer.
Great program.
I'm going to tell you, these kids, my mind was blown. They are smart. They understand numbers. They understand how to leverage social media.
Yeah.
They definitely know how to connect with their generation, but also with other generations.
Yeah.
They seem to be so much more open-minded, and they don't let the things that maybe my generation, you know, held on to old ideas, or and wrong ideas, right?
Yeah.
And so they're willing to learn more. And I think there's I don't know if this this makes sense, but it's almost like an innate vulnerability
Yeah.
about their not knowing everything, because everything in the world that you may want to know, if you know where to look, is on that phone. If you know where to look.
That's right.
And so I am so excited about the future
Right.
with these young folks, man. I mean, I am over the moon about what's happening. We see them coming in to our shop, and I'm like, oh, this cat's way smarter than I ever could have thought about being.
Between our new hires that we have on staff.
Oh, absolutely.
To new business members, to new consumer members, like they bring fresh ideas. They bring fresh ideas. I will just say to those young folks out there, you need to watch your credit profile like you watch your social media profile.
Right. Go ahead, talk to him. Talk dirty to him.
That is absolutely
Okay.
correct.
That's
Yes.
right. Talk dirty to him.
Yes, because both will follow you.
It will. It will.
Right.
Don't be
Right.
afraid to save. Start saving young.
Yes. Yes.
I went to a bed and breakfast last week at Longwood. I had a great time, right? The gentleman that owned the bed and breakfast is called the Farmhouse, and it's about 2 miles away from Longwood Gardens. And I love to interview people. I love to just talk to people. So he's 74 years old. His name is Jan. And Jan, alum of Villanova. And I asked him, like, how did he got started in it, right? And he was telling me, like, yeah, I used to work in Delaware. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah, I was an engineer for 40 years, and I retired from the electric company here. And he was saying, I said, what message would you give to the younger generation? And he was like, save.
Yes.
Save your money.
Yeah.
Right? Like, don't buy frivolous stuff, because when you get 74, you're going to wish you had it. And it was just a eye-opening thing for me to just hear. He was like, look, I did this. I traveled. I bought this 6 years ago. We rebuilt the whole thing. But save. And a lot of young people might be smart and might be gung-ho, and even older people. Like, when you're running a business, it's hard. There's nothing easy about this. You have to be a fool that's in love to run and to start a business.
Yeah.
But it takes things such as discipline,
Yes.
Financial discipline, financial grit, exercise, and a lot of sacrifice. And a lot of people are not built for that. So when you come into the business, and I see now why businesses fail after their 5 years, 6 years, because that's when everything starts kicking in.
Yeah.
That's when, like, you really God forbid you start scaling.
Yeah. Don't get too comfortable.
It's
You also
easy.
think you made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
what
also
I'm
think
saying.
you made it. I made it past 5 years.
Ooh. That 5 years come, you like, hold up.
But I will tell you statistically, if you save $100 a month, okay, from, I don't know, when you're 20 to 30, and you're earning 10% on that money, actually you're earning 8% on that money, you will have, and you never save another dollar, that pile of money that you save from 20 to 30, at the age of 70, will be larger than if you save $100 a month starting at 35 until you're 65.
Yep. You're talking about that compound.
Magic of
compound
You're talking about
interest.
the difference of, exactly. It's $36,000 compound.
Yeah.
You will compound a lot more,
Damn right.
and it because you have the one thing that there is never enough of, and that's time.
That's right.
And that is on your side if you start saving young.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So
Stevie J,
Yes, sir.
it's going on 9 o'clock, baby.
All right.
My Cinderella heels are clicking.
Oh, let's go ahead. Let's go
Honey.
ahead.
I got to beat feet all the way down to Kent County. He's in Sussex.
Okay.
So,
Can y'all come back?
absolutely.
of course. Thank
All
you
right.
so much
Absolutely.
for
Thank
having
you
us.
so
We have
much.
such a lovely time with you guys.
Thank you.
It's honestly like having a nice conversation with just some close friends.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
thank you for
Absolutely.
always making us feel so welcome.
Oh, our pleasure. Our pleasure. Thank you. And thank you for bringing your expertise to the plaza, because there's a whole generation of business owners that follow us and listen to us. And we just want to turn them on to some game.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Turn them on to people that they probably would never, ever meet.
Right.
And have a bunch of questions. Like, they'll hit us in our inbox and they'll call us and be like, hey, can you ask them this? Or, hey, can you point me in a direction? God knows, I know Wisler, like, yo, every time I turn around, there's an email Ivan introducing me to someone.
It's okay. That's what I'm there for. That's what I'm there for.
But thank you both for coming and just lending an ear and lending your expertise to us. We really appreciate it.
Same to you. Thank you.
And thank you for watching the Small Business, the DETV Small Business and Innovation Podcast. For more information, if you want to follow us, text the word biz to 810-796-1624 to be a part of our community. Now, we have other shows that's going on. You don't want to miss Good Morning Delaware, and you don't want to miss the award-winning. Did I tell you we got an award? No. We got a national award for the Every Woman Network show on mental health. National award. Number 2.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Insane.
That's awesome.
So thank you. We got about 4 awards from the Press Association of Delaware. And Miss Kay over there said, you know what, I'm just going to put this in the national because it's such a good piece. Put it in, and we didn't even know when she called and said, you guys came in second place nationally.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's been a journey. So make sure you check Every Woman out, and most of all, the Pet Podcast. If you're a pet lover, we have a show for you. The Pet Podcast on DETV with April Johnson and John Rago. And if you don't remember John Rago, you remember John was the amazing voice on radio, and he used to work in the mayor's office as director of communications. If you're a pet lover, check that out. Products, pet tech, and conversations with veterinarians to tell you how to keep your pet healthy. So make sure you check that out. What else you got, bro?
I have nothing else. I'm ready to go ahead. Y'all take us out, please.
Bye.
All right, tell them.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, tell them Del One, give us a call. Boom. So
Del
that's your
One.
camera, and that's your camera, John.
All right.
Go ahead, John.
Call Laura. or visit our website at del-1.org or stop in any one of our branches. So we've got 4 in Newcastle and 4 that may be coming soon to Newcastle.
Damn.
4 new ones.
4 new ones?
4 new ones.
Yeah.
That's what you call exponential growth. I
It's
love
called
it.
an acquisition.
That's what you call
It's a
doing
merger.
business. I love it. Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll follow us. We'll follow you back. DETV.
Yes.